In the Sahaj Marg books, it's written that family life is very beneficiary for spiritual progress. So would it be a spiritual need for a person to get his or her own family? Or should we understand this word in a larger sense, that we in Sahaj Marg don't have to go into a monastery, but and shouldn't withdraw from social life? Or does it really mean a known family with husband and children?
It means what it says. A family is a family as it is understood everywhere, you see. Husband, wife, children, father, mother. Master has written quite clearly that it is in the family that we learn two things, love and sacrifice. In fact, one is dependent on the other. You cannot sacrifice where you do not love. And that is why sacrifice is praised so highly, because the highest sacrifice is the expression of the highest love. Master has been writing expressly concerning the system of sannyasa, that they who come to the sannyasi way of life, they are just living off society. See, they have no love for anybody, they have nothing to sacrifice. Society provides them everything. But a man or a woman, when they marry for love, because of love. They have children because of love. And then when you have a family, it is natural to give up your own even needs for the sake of the children. So sacrifice develops slowly. So that is why a family life is so necessary according to our Sahaj Marg principles. But I don't think our young sister really asked what she wanted to ask. If she wishes to ask another question, she is welcome.
Well, I mean, there are many.
I know the question. I know the question. But I can only answer the question you ask. You see. No, Brigitte, it's her question.
But you can ask.
Nine, why?
That's your question.
You see, she wanted to ask about those who are unmarried, should they get married? Or, I think, behind that question is, does a sex life alone satisfy the requirement of a family life? The answer is no. Because a sex life is not a family life. Family means two people committed to each other's welfare, loving each other, prepared to die for each other. That is the last one, prepared to die for each other, is precisely the growth of sacrifice and the development of sacrifice. In a common law association that you find today, that requirement is not met.
Je redis si j'oublie des choses. Non. La question qu'elle voulait véritablement poser.
That is, if you go back to the original question of love and anger and greed and avarice and lust, the modern form of relationship is a human creation. It only satisfies desire and lust. It does not fulfill the requirement of love and anger, sacrifice. So when we accept love as a divine attribute, and we have understood that the highest expression of love is the highest sacrifice that we can possibly make, then we will understand that any form of expression of love which has no bearing on sacrifice is not that divine love. Therefore, many people ask, marriage is only a piece of paper, what difference does it make? I think I referred to this in one of our Munich meetings last year, that it is generally the man who asks this question, not the woman. So I asked him, why not? If it is just a piece of paper, why not do it? Why are you so afraid of that piece of paper? That is answer enough. You see, I don't need to expand further. Thank you.
But there are sometimes also people who have professions that are servicing humankind. They are working for people, even that they are not married and they don't have their own families. And does that not suffice also to have
spiritualizing effect?
Yeah, yes.
In Babuji's way, the answer is that the question contains the answer in itself. In what way? If, as Brigitte said, the service is out of love and there is real sacrifice behind it, yes, it can lead to spiritualization. But today it is all materialistic. Even the so-called noble services, doctors, nurses, it's materialistic. This is not a criticism of these professions. It only shows how difficult they are to practice in the real way. It is my understanding that if a doctor really considers his service as service and sacrifices his comfort, his life itself, he should die every time a patient dies. Not physically, but something in him should die with that power. If there is such a doctor, he will be a saint. But nowadays, the patient dies, a sheet of linen is put over his face and everybody walks away whistling to have a cup of coffee. So, it is not that I am criticizing, but it only shows, in every walk of life, there is the highest way of doing a thing and there is the lowest way of doing a thing. It's also true of so-called gurus. Why only doctors? And what is the difference? In the highest way, there is a commitment to that or the person whom you serve. In the lowest, that commitment doesn't exist. You find this everywhere. Your fridge is not working, a mechanic will come, change a nut or a bolt and go away, and it still doesn't work. But he says, I have done what I was asked to do. Another man will come and do everything that is necessary to put it right. He is committed to your welfare. See? The same thing applies to gurus, you see. There are gurus who are coming just to collect your money and your donation without any commitment to your welfare. And there are masters like my master Bauji who came and killed himself for your sake. That was total commitment to your spiritual welfare, irrespective of what he got or what he had to suffer. The highest sacrifice. And if you come back to the human relationship between a male and a female, a mere association of two is like a service contract. It has no commitment. There is no question of the welfare of the other partner. It is a satisfaction of a mutual need of lust. And many people have remained bachelors or spinsters in the, I can only say, misunderstanding that they can give more service or better service to humanity that way. But if you take an example, I am telling you from my observation, the highest sacrifice in the case of nuns, for instance. Next time you see some nuns, look at their eyes. You will find they are like glass. There is no life. Very rarely have I found a nun with living human eyes moist like we have. See? Because in some way most of them have run away from existence. They have tried to escape from existence into another life. And however much they may have sacrificed, it is in some way important in every sense of that word. That is why Master has emphasized that Sahaj Marg means the natural way, and love and sacrifice must come in a natural way too, through the family environment where all our needs are fulfilled, the need for emotion, reciprocal love, reciprocal understanding, reciprocal growth, all this must be fulfilled. Therefore, however much you may love a refrigerator or a computer, there is no reciprocation from that which you love. You see. That is what makes that love and sacrifice unproductive. That's why you use the word important as non-productive effort. So that is the answer, you see, that it is still possible, of course, but very rarely that through service and sacrifice alone we can become spiritual. But that is when all knowledge of the self is lost. But even in nuns who love God as they claim, if this normal human fulfillment is not there, in some way they are lacking. And it is not a full life. No, it's all right. Anyway, I will try to conclude this so that you understand what it means. I believe that like life evolves, love must also evolve from a certain basic situation of self-love to the next stage of love of the other, to the third stage of love of all, to the stage last of love of God. The nun is trying to reverse it by coming from love of God down. It doesn't work. The family life achieves this in a very natural way. I think even the church is coming to recognize this, because I hear that perhaps priests and nuns will be allowed to marry. if it is true, it is a belated recognition of the fact that nature must be used to transform nature. Nature cannot be destroyed to overcome nature. See, transcending nature is not overcoming nature. This must be understood carefully. Thank you very much. We close the session now.